Sunny days back to Amed. Today I can see even Agung. Waves are absolutely acceptable. The visibility is not that bad. I'm just planning maybe to go diving today as well. We'll see. We have a lot of things to do in the dive center. Today's theme, open water diver course and decompression sickness. Is it possible? Or there is no way? So I will try to answer you today. To discuss about it, you have to understand what decompression sickness is by itself. But probably for me as a technical instructor and also technical diver, it's easier to explain it. So first of all, you have to understand that any single dive is a decompression dive. In a recreational diving, we just call it no-stop diving. So that means that from any depth you're diving, if you're not exceeding no-stop limits, you can ascend to the surface. If you have a diving computer, just rely on your diving computer. The diving computer is already set for some ascent speed, and usually it's about 9-10 meters a minute. What decompression sickness is about? It's all about the nitrogen bubbles, because when we are breathing on a surface, on a sea level, our body is adapted for atmospheric pressure, and it means that our body is using only oxygen. Because of the surrounding pressure, nitrogen molecule becomes slightly smaller, so then it becomes stored in some tissues. We have many tissues, more than the stars in the skies in our body, but all the tables are based on most affected tissues. For different tables, for different algorithms, a different amount of the tissues, but it's always between 12 and some 16, or someone is doing even more. Just for example, for 80-meter depth, the no-stop time, when you can ascend straight to the surface, is 56 minutes. It's a lot. So that means from the moment when you start descent and to the moment when you start ascending. Back to the question, can I get decompression sickness during the open water diver course? And the answer is most likely no, if you're not affected by some unusual conditions. Let's say maybe you're sick, or maybe you have some injuries you didn't tell your dive center about. Let's say your washout of the nitrogen is slower than it should be, and it's as it predicted by all the tables. So basically on every dive you have to stay underwater more than 56 minutes to get into the trouble with the decompression sickness during your open water diver course. During the open water diver course we have only 4 dives, and that's a requirement and standard from any training organization that you are not doing more than 3 training dives a day. Average time of every single training dive is about 40 minutes. You are way far from the limit, so that's why I would like to say it's impossible. I think people sometimes get paranoid during the open water diver course, because during the course we're talking about the decompression sickness a lot, and that's why they got this illusion, or maybe start to seeing some symptoms of decompression sickness, while as actually simply it's overexertion. Because something new, the breathing rhythm, breathing compressed gas, moving in the water. The water is 4 times dense as air, so that means every single moment takes more effort. One of the symptoms of decompression sickness is overexertion, and you're just feeling really tired. But actually you're feeling tired because there is a lot of nitrogen in your body. So basically what happens with your body? Every time you're breathing in not only oxygen but also nitrogen. So that means your brain gets less oxygen, and when the brain gets less oxygen, it's switching on safety mode. What is it? Sleeping. It's the same as, for example, how you're feeling after eating. When you're eating, so your stomach has to work. To work, it needs a lot of blood to transport all away all this energy you got from the food. So that means, again, brain gets less oxygen and you're feeling sleepy after eating. And that's the simple explanation about that. So don't stress. I would like to say that if you've been honest with your medical questionnaire, which you got in the beginning of the diving course, then to get decompression sickness during your open water diver course, it's impossible. I really hope I answer your question, but if you have additional things to ask me, just write down below in the comments and I will answer any of your questions. Thank you very much for watching. Follow, subscribe, and see you tomorrow again. Bye.